A good neighbor is somebody that's reliable, dependable.
Good neighbor is someone you can trust.
Somebody that cares for the other person.
A good neighbor is somebody who's there for you when you need them.
A good neighbor is somebody that is a friend.
Neighbors has a wonderful story. Back in 2008, there were 8 doctors, myself and 7 others, and we were just extremely frustrated with how we were able to practice medicine.
They came from the hospital environment. They were all emergency room doctors. They all knew each other. And they decided that they were tired of big corporations telling them how to take care of patients rather than letting themselves dictate how patients should be taken care of.
There was nowhere else where we could take what we have learned and the experiences we've had and apply them to patient care the way we really wanted to do it. So we got together, we said, let's do our own. We opened our first center in Bel Air, and we thought to ourselves, what a great thing, hopefully we'll open up a second.
We started from a very small facility in 2009 and now have the potential to grow to 10 facilities by the end of 2014.
The idea of putting centers out in the suburbs where the people are, where if they wake up in the middle of the night and their child is coughing and they're scared, they can immediately get to our center.
This concept was born out of a true desire to provide exceptional patient care. And that philosophy has carried out throughout our existence, is a core of our mission, and is something we will continue to do as long as this company exists.
We know medicine's fraught with all kinds of issues, from political to execution, but the way Neighbors handles it, it really is about the individual.
We're all about making sure we don't treat you like a number, and we treat you like an actual person and a patient, and we're going to take care of you.
It's the care that these professionals provide to the individual that really is unrivaled anywhere.
I think that anyone can attest to that has ever been to an emergency room. There's always a very long wait, and what that results in is a delay of care for the patient as well as frustration on the patient's side. What patients don't understand is that we share that same frustration. We decided that, enough is enough. We can probably create a better solution for most people, and that's why we decided to start Neighbors Emergency Center.
First and foremost is we stand and greet all of our customers upon walking into the center. We let them know that we're here and how can we help them.
We extend our services to them and offer them, warm blankets and waters and snacks just to keep them comfortable.
They treat you like they would want to be treated. It's just such a warm environment, and the aesthetics of the buildings are just gorgeous.
Our docs, because of our concierge business model, can spend time with the patient, so the patient is really conversant in their care.
Here, if a patient calls and simply says, hey, I want to speak to the physician, guess what happens? They get patched through to the doctor. If I'm working in a hospital situation and anybody calls to speak to the ER doctor, that's simply not going to happen. At Neighbors, we provide that physician access. That is why we are successful. When we have mission-focused business owners providing great medical care, success is easy. One look at our Facebook page, patient testimonials, talking to anybody that's been in any of our centers will attest to the success of this organization.
I've been to an emergency room before, and this experience was so much better at Neighbors Emergency Center.
I never felt like I was just a number or just another patient that came in.
I just felt like I was important.
I remember the first nurse that met me, and I remember she greeted me. She made me feel so comfortable. Don't worry about it, Miss Burrow, we're gonna take care of you over here. And that was so soothing.
It's very family oriented. You walk in, everyone says hello, how are you doing?
The way they treat not only their patients but also their staff. I think that's what makes the place run well, because a happy staff ends up being a better environment to work, and I think that kind of flows down to the patient.
Doctors feel like they're better than you sometimes, but these doctors here are very approachable, and I think the patients feel that as well, that they can talk to them and ask them multiple questions and they don't feel like they're rushing through it.
We've got strong doctors, we've got strong nurses, we have strong ancillary staff, we trust one another, we come with a wealth of personal experience.
What makes us different is that we're all about the community.
In this company, we strive to be a good neighbor. We get involved in the community, we get involved in the Little League, we get involved in the charities. Each of our centers in all of our communities has been empowered to take on that responsibility and be a good neighbor.
We tend to integrate into the community. Our doctors usually are local doctors. They live in the suburbs right around us.
Being the developer of Shadow Creek Ranch, which is next door, a 3,500-acre master plan community, it was nice to see an emergency facility come to the neighborhood.
Community involvement is important to Neighbors because we are your neighbor. We have that motto and we live up to it.
All of our centers have involvement in their communities, and this is mission critical to our success. This company has reached goals that we only dreamt of, and the direction that we're going is absolutely wonderful.
People are hearing about us, states away, cities away, other cities in Texas, and they come to us and they say, how can we partake in the Neighbors experience?
2 weeks ago, I was at a Houston Rockets basketball game. I had on a Neighbors Emergency Center jacket, and I get a tap on the shoulder. And that person said, hey, you guys saved my dad's life. It was an incredible experience that made me realize how strong our care delivery and our brand had really become.
I never plan on leaving Neighbors. Definitely not.
I'm a single mom, and I feel like with Neighbors, I have the opportunity to be a great mom. Take care of my daughter and come to work. Being able to work for a company that supports me and has my back, I will always have theirs.
It has just become the iconic emergency room that we had set out to accomplish.